Now we're going to go to our GMA exclusive with the eldest daughter of mom influencer Ruby Franke, who pleaded guilty to child abuse last year. Sherry Franke is now sharing her story in a new book, including allegations about her mom's relationship with her former mentor.
Ruby Franke was once seen as the picture of a perfect mother. She entered the online world with charm, discipline.
Now to an ABC News exclusive interview with the estranged husband of Ruby Franke, the momfluencer who pleaded guilty to child abuse charges. Kevin Franke and his oldest son sat down with Eva Pilgrim. She joins us now. Hey, Eva.
And the promise of showing people how to raise happy and obedient children. Her YouTube channel, called 8 Passengers, quickly gained millions of views. Families tuned in daily, eager to see her parenting style and learn from her example. Ruby was not just a mom. She became a momfluencer, a woman whose advice on family life was broadcast to the world. She seemed to live an ideal life, with a beautiful home, 6 children, and a supportive husband. Her brand was built on values like honesty, hard work, and strict rules. But behind the smiles and neatly staged videos, Ruby was already developing a controversial reputation. Her parenting was often called harsh. Many people noticed the punishments she gave her children were too strict, even for small mistakes. While some viewers admired her discipline, others grew concerned. The internet divided into 2 camps, those who praised Ruby as a role model, and those who believed her methods crossed the line. Still, Ruby kept growing in fame, convinced that she was doing what was right. She presented herself as a strong, faithful mother who knew best. This rise to fame made her one of the most well-known parenting influencers on the internet. Yet, it was also the beginning of the dark path that would later shatter her image and destroy everything she had built. Life as a momfluencer, Ruby Franke's YouTube channel 8 Passengers was more than just videos about daily family routines. It became a business, a lifestyle, and a brand. She shared everything: morning schedules, discipline strategies, and even private family moments. Viewers felt like they were part of her household. The content often showed Ruby teaching her kids strict lessons about responsibility, cleaning, and respect. For many fans, it felt refreshing to see a parent stand firm when others seemed too relaxed. She gained sponsorships, steady income, and loyal followers who defended her methods online. Ruby was seen as a mother who had it all together. Her husband Kevin sometimes appeared in the videos, but it was Ruby who carried the channel. She carefully built her image as a strong mother who sacrificed for her children. Every rule, every punishment, and every reward was presented as part of raising disciplined kids who would succeed. To her supporters, Ruby's family looked perfect. To critics, however, cracks were already showing. They argued that her parenting was not guidance. It was control. Incidents like refusing to bring lunch to her hungry child or taking away a bedroom as punishment alarmed many viewers. Still, Ruby dismissed the backlash, often saying that outsiders could not understand her values. The success of 8 Passengers kept her in the spotlight, and Ruby seemed unstoppable. But beneath the curated videos, the line between discipline and cruelty was slowly fading, setting the stage for a shocking downfall. Family and online fame, the heart of 8 Passengers was always Ruby Franke's family. With 6 children, her household became the stage for millions of strangers to watch. Viewers saw birthdays, school events, and family trips, all packaged into videos that made everyday life look like a lesson in parenting. For many, Ruby's kids became familiar faces, growing up in front of the camera. The channel gave the impression of a close, knit family living under strong values. Ruby often spoke about love, faith, and discipline as the foundation of her home. To outsiders, it looked like she was raising her children with order and care while sharing their journey with the world. But fame is rarely simple. The more Ruby shared, the more people noticed details that felt troubling. Sometimes her children appeared sad or overly pressured. Critics began questioning whether the children had any privacy at all, since their struggles and punishments were broadcast for profit. The channel that had started as a family project soon became Ruby's platform, with her children at the center of it. The growing audience turned her family into online celebrities, but it also placed them under constant public judgment. Supporters praised Ruby's firmness, but critics warned that her strict parenting could harm the children emotionally. This tension between fame and controversy became a constant shadow over Ruby's life, pushing her further down a path where the line between guidance and abuse was dangerously thin. Trouble behind the camera. While Ruby Franke's YouTube life showed tidy homes and strict parenting lessons, reality behind the camera was very different. The pressure of keeping up her online image began to clash with the real struggles inside her household. Friends and even some relatives started noticing the children looked exhausted and withdrawn. Reports spread that Ruby's punishments were not just strict but extreme. Children being denied meals, separated from siblings, or forced to do heavy chores as discipline. What looked like discipline in edited videos was far harsher when lived daily. The constant filming added more strain. Ruby's children had little privacy, and their mistakes often became part of the content shared with millions. Some of them showed visible discomfort on camera, but Ruby kept pushing forward, believing her style was right. Over time, Ruby's need for control grew stronger. Instead of adapting her methods, she doubled down, insisting that critics simply misunderstood her values. In private, the punishments grew worse, but in public she maintained the role of a faithful, confident mother. The divide between her online image and the truth inside her home widened each year. By the time people realized how serious the situation was, Ruby's children were already living in an environment that was far from safe. Trouble was no longer just whispers on social media. It was becoming undeniable evidence that something was very wrong. Shocking abuse allegations. The turning point in Ruby Franke's story came when whispers of harsh parenting turned into undeniable abuse allegations. In 2023, one of Ruby's children escaped from a home where Ruby had been staying with her business partner, Jody Hildebrandt. The child appeared malnourished, with visible wounds and duct tape around their wrists and ankles. Neighbors were horrified and quickly called the police. What had once been dismissed as strict parenting was now exposed as serious abuse. When officers arrived, they found another child in a similar condition, both in need of urgent medical care. These shocking discoveries shattered Ruby's carefully built image of a loving mother. The story spread quickly, and the public was outraged. Many who had once followed 8 Passengers with admiration now felt betrayed. Critics who had warned about Ruby's methods felt their concerns had been ignored for years. The allegations revealed that the punishments were not just strict rules, but acts of cruelty that left children injured and starving. As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered a pattern of mistreatment hidden behind the family's online fame. The glamorous world of the Momfluencer had collapsed, exposing the darker truth of what life had been like for Ruby's children. These revelations turned Ruby Franke from an admired parent into the center of one of the most disturbing family abuse cases in recent memory. Arrest and public outcry. Ruby Franke's arrest was a moment that shocked not only her followers, but the entire nation. When police arrived and confirmed the condition of her children, Ruby was taken into custody alongside her close associate, Jody Hildebrandt. The once celebrated Momfluencer, who had built her life on the image of being a caring and disciplined parent, now faced charges of aggravated child abuse. News of her arrest spread across social media within hours, and outrage grew as details of the case became public. People who had once admired her parenting videos now expressed horror at the suffering her children endured. The internet that once celebrated her now remembered her as a warning of what happens when power, control, and fame go unchecked. From millions of subscribers to a prison cell, Ruby Franke's journey was not just a personal downfall. It was one of the most tragic and shocking transformations the world of online influencers had ever seen.